Welcome to the Star Spirit Podcast. I'm Dr. Barbara Wallace, your host. Today, we are just delighted that we have this opportunity to sit with the Okomfo Nana Korantemaa Boafo, who is channeling Nana Boafo Tigare, the African Angel. So we're going to get right into the information for today. Of course, remember to subscribe, to like us, to share the video, and also to comment. So we are covering the information in the book, Celestial Prophecies, Ancient Wisdom from Nana A.C. Ketua, channeled from the third quarter of the heavens by Nana Korantemaa Boafo. You can order the book. There's a link in the description. In addition, I just want to remind you that you can have the opportunity to have your own spiritual reading with Nana Korantemaa Boafo, who would give you information from Nana Boafo Tigare. So all you have to do is email Nana at nana@starspirit.org. So let's get right into the information. Nana AC recognizes that the information that's being brought forth in her book requires that our listeners adjust to what is in the unseen realm, We are being asked to incorporate into our awareness what is unseen within an expanded consciousness. Okomfo, ask Boafo Tigare to explain what Nana AC means when she says that having this awareness about what is unseen within an expanded consciousness represents a phenomenal way of being present in the physical realm. How is this a phenomenal way of being present?
Yes, Nana AC is informing all of humanity and all listeners that, first of all, they are much, much more than their physical selves. And when she speaks of having a deep acceptance or deep embracement of what is unseen, she means that our focus as living beings should be to recognize that, like the divine source that created us, that we have that sacredness already within, and to acknowledge what is at the core of our being allows us to have a much more enriching and fulfilled life. That what is not seen has just as much value as what we actually see with the senses. And remember that our senses are limited in giving us the full scope of what our reality is. So the unseen world means that, yes, the I am that is used by everyone should know that there is a phenomenal source of creation that each and every one is connected to, and to acknowledge that everything that we are capable of doing or achieving in the physical realm is in fact an extension of the valuable essence of our core being that cannot be seen with the physical eye.
So indeed, to have such an expanded consciousness does sound like an absolutely phenomenal way of being in the physical realm, to have this expanded consciousness and awareness. Non-AC also describes what human beings may go through with access to this information about the unseen realm. What they may go through is a psychic transformation, a shift in perception. This is a profound transformation for humanity. Nana AC says that what is required for our transformation at this time includes periods of rest and sleep or being dormant. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to talk about this need for rest and sleep as part of the transformation that human beings are experiencing at this time.
Yes, Nana AC is reminding all living beings that there are seasons to our lives, as well as our connection to the cycles of the sun and of the moon. And that when we acknowledge that there is a time for joy and loudness, there is also a need to be quiet, to be silent, and to rest in order that there can be balance and harmony. Often human beings can, what is that term? Get on a roll of being in a certain way and expressing themselves in specific ways for various reasons. So Nana AC says that there must be balance in order for there to be harmony. So that if you're on a roll and you're busy doing something, know that you want to also be on a roll and turn that busyness down to quiet, to peaceful times. So in other words, you actually do not sleep. However, rest is what is very important. To be able to rest your mind, to be able to rest your whole being so that there is a balance to yourself and you can more easily be in harmony with the cycle of the sun, of the moon, and of the seasons.
Wonderful. So we certainly do want to be in balance. So we might put the affirmation in the comments section. I am balanced. And of course, my favorite affirmation, I am calm, centered, and balanced. Nana AC explains that during this period of transformation, the human species is evolving into a being of higher intelligence with a greater capacity to think through and analyze what's happening in the world around us. So human beings may observe changes in themselves, such as new thought patterns and new ways of interacting with other human beings, and also a greater degree of aliveness. Okomfo asked Boafo Tigare to explain what Nana AC means when she says this transformation and shifting is inevitable for human beings to align with the phenomenal shift that is happening in the earth and the cosmos.
Yes. Let each one picture a life, a world where each person is accepted for who they are. Picture a world where people are more balanced in the way that they see themselves. And so that balance creates the energy of inclusion, the energy of fairness, the energy of camaraderie, so that one can be free of judgment. And however another person expresses their feelings and their talents and their knowing is accepted by the all. this would be a much more fair society to live in, with lots of harmony, with lots of joy, and that there would be the energy of inner standing or understanding, as you say, so that more people would be open to at least listen as well as sharing of information. Because on this planet, in this environment, all living things have a purpose. All living things are desiring to be able to mature and to evolve and to expand themselves to their peak. Even the insects and the birds and the crawling things all want to arrive at their maturity, to arrive at their place of full potential. And so human beings too, when there is the energy and the air of fairness and space and acceptance for all, this would be a phenomenal place to be and to live with others.
Well, it certainly does sound exciting. One, that the human species is evolving into a being of higher intelligence. And also just absolutely exciting, phenomenal to think that what goes along with that are changes in our thinking so that we are not judgmental, so that we're accepting of each other. That would really create an absolutely phenomenal planetary experience, shall I say, for that to actually occur. Nana AC urges us to remember that what one expects or believes will happen, that it is what one will attract into their reality, and the importance of us canceling out fear and expecting change, expecting transformation, expecting alignment, expecting to achieve a higher intelligence, and expecting, most importantly, the golden age. So, in closing, any final remarks that Boafo Tigare might have to just add to that concept of how we are expecting the manifestation of paradise?
Yes. And that is, often you can believe something that is not true. Because you believe it does not make it so. So each person must move towards knowing and having a knowingness about what they do in their lives, about what happens around them. And remember during this time that the answers to your questions and to your seeking can be answered as you are in the age of enlightenment and of information.
Fantastic. Well, we're just absolutely delighted that we've had this opportunity to sit with you, Okomfo, and have you channel Nana Boafo Tigare. We want to acknowledge that the African spiritual healing wisdom that we're bringing forth is something that we're able to access because of the service of Okomfo. We want to acknowledge that this is information that our ancestors lived by in communities until there was destruction, enslavement, so this information was not passed on, never forgotten, perhaps not passed on. So we're just so grateful for this opportunity. And again, I just want to remind you to subscribe, to like us, to share this video, and to comment. You might comment in the section what really struck you or touched you in this episode. And remember, by emailing Nana at starspirit.org, you can have your very own spiritual reading with Nana Boafo Tigare and have your questions about work, life, children, family, anything answered in that manner. So also remind you that there is a link in the description if you choose to make a donation to the Asuna Abradi Shrine. Your contribution would be appreciated. Those of you who've made one already, please accept our dearest gratitude. So thank you for being a part of this episode of the Star Spirit Podcast. I express my gratitude, my love from its core, sending it out to you as a warm thank you.